We've watched over the last few years as the reputation of Disney has taken an absolute nosedive. Disaster after disaster. So many families decided, you know what, if this is the agenda that you want to push, we want no part of that. And of course, over the last year or so, we've heard Bob Iger repeatedly say the same thing. We want to cool the noise in the culture war. We don't want to push any type of gay agenda on children. That's not what we're all about. Even responding to Governor Ron DeSantis, the idea that we would be wanting to push LGBT content on children, that's just preposterous. But then you have evidence that mounts continuously, whether it's leaked Zoom calls, whether it's internal documents, whether it's executives at Disney on hidden camera revealing that, yes, indeed, they do want to push the gay agenda on kids, even to the point where they want to have drag queens and drag queen performances at the theme parks. Well, now, once again, James O'Keefe, in another video on Disney, is exposing some pretty horrific shit. It's one thing to say, oh, well, they might have hired somebody to work at a park that looks like this or holds these beliefs. It's one thing for executives to say, oh, there's a big push for this type of content behind the scenes. But when you have things like this, when Disney's exposed, not just in their content or whatever, but actually actively pushing pretty heinous and disgusting shit, including the sexualization of children, including pride shows that feature naked men riding bikes and have, people pissing down each other's throats. Some disturbing, deranged things that we saw during Pride Month. It looks like Disney was actually actively funding and supporting a ton of these things, and it's pretty ridiculous. Now, this is the Disney Files, and I do think we have to give Film Threat a lot of credit. Film Threat came out with the D-Files, what was that, 6 months ago, and started exposing a lot of things going on internally at Disney. James O'Keefe really picked that up, and now with the hidden camera stuff, with internal leaked documents, they're going a whole next level with these things. And I want to get into this. Exclusive. An insider source at Disney provided O'Keefe Media with startling internal documents and communications. These documents reveal Disney's promotion of pride events for children that involve naked men, maps of Disney-sponsored pride parades nationwide, Disney's covert partnership with Zebra Youth, a program supporting LGBTQ youth ages 13 to 24, and messages about polysexual virtual hangouts. Disney's desperate to keep these document messages hidden. OMG is exposing their secret queer agenda. Now, this is a 20-minute video. Not going to watch the whole thing. Watch the first couple minutes, give you guys an idea, and then show you some of the evidence they have to back these things up. Let's watch.
Our brave whistleblowers on the inside of Disney have given us an inside look at Disney's internal communications hub, internal employee websites, group chats and bulletin boards, Disney's company employee roster, and their Slack channel threads. And what we've discovered is so shocking that it makes the Disney tape series look like child's play. Literally, the Disney employee named Honey Harrison, who is promoting a Disney-sanctioned and sponsored Seattle Pride event via the Disney Slack channel. As we dug deeper into what she was marketing, we found it was an LGBTQ Pride event sponsored by Disney and meant for kids of all ages. Children, very young children, were there to see it all, compliments of the Walt Disney Company. Did you just...
So it is one thing, and I think that most people are going to say, you know what, if you want to live your life, go fucking ahead, whatever. I don't really care who you're fucking. When it comes to then these pride parades and things like that, it's another thing. And then when it becomes naked men, I don't really know what this has to do with, I'm so proud of being a homosexual. I need to put my dick out there on the world for display. We need to have sexual acts in front of children. That's what happens at these pride parades. No shit. And so the idea that you do have, again, internal documents, see if we can find this. Honey Harrison's, Disney's mobile product operations manager, advertises Disney's promotion of pride events for children that involve naked men. This is right there from their internal channel. Disney's funding and sponsoring some of these things. It's not just people on the sidelines cheering it on. It's actively supporting it.
You see that? Fully naked men on bicycles in front of children, brought to you by the Walt Disney Company. Well, now we know exactly what Jeannie Giannani, the creative marketing director, meant when he said the, quote, unspoken truth.
That's the unspoken thing.
The journalist discovered that Disney has a not-so-secret partner named Zebra Youth. Zebra Youth is a program that was formed to assist LGBTQ youth as young as 13 years old, and Disney seems to be all about it. And hidden from the public, Disney actively promotes the Zebra Youth program. And if it were not for our brave Disney whistleblowers, insiders shining a light inside this company, we would not be able to bring this shameful practice to light. As you can see in this Disney Pride Slack channel, Disney employees are passing around documents of poly swingers, virtual hangouts, pride nights, gay meetups, and even, yes, queer Zoom backgrounds that can be used when employees are on company Zoom calls. Why is Disney so obsessed with pushing LGBTQ and trans programming at young children? Why is it that Disney, a brand that at one time was best known for enhancing the childhood experience, by all appearances has morphed into an organization that is hell-bent on stealing your childhood's innocence and prepping them to be grown into a den of groomers and predators? So now I welcome you to the series, The Disney Files, an undercover investigation where we take you deep inside the bowels of Disney's internal communications apparatus and explore just what is driving Disney's rapid downward spiral into the boneyard of wokeness.
This is next level stuff. Like I said, Bob Iger can say all he wants. Well, we don't want to do that. But you have Disney actively sponsoring these things. You have maps of these different pride parades all around. Adriana Aguilar, visual content producer at ABC News, disseminates maps detailing Disney-sponsored pride parades nationwide. Disney-sponsored pride parades, where some of these things are taking place. Where if we had a straight pride parade, which I don't think that would ever happen, but if there was a straight pride parade and people were out there showing off their junk or what, I think a lot of people would be questioning, what the fuck are you doing as well? Especially when there's children present, and this is being marketed towards children. This is disturbing and disgusting. And Disney's coming off a big win, a massive win with something like Inside Out 2. And why is Inside Out 2 doing so well? Because for people that have seen it, there's no hint of like this type of crap. You know, it's an actual Pixar movie that's not focused on that type of agenda. I don't know if that was just happenstance. I don't know if it was planned that way. But you can guarantee that if people get a whiff of the next Pixar thing coming out, it is going to be full of this shit. It's also going to be another flop. So all the success in the world for something you put out that doesn't have identity politics, I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference if you follow it up with something that has more of this shit in there. This is a nightmarish scenario. This is Disney that was known as a family-friendly brand for years and years, for decades and decades. And in a big way, that they have completely changed the perception of them. And it's disturbing. It's disgusting. And I think there's a lot of people that are very, very hesitant to trust that, oh, Bob Iger, I'm sure he means what he says when they don't want to be part of the culture or when they're not pushing the gay agenda on anyone. I'm not sure if anybody can believe that shit at this point in time. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.